May 11th, 2018, Friday. Work's not gonna bother me until Monday. Work sucked. Work just wanted to keep trampling on me. From having to work last Friday and Saturday to just pretty much make me solely responsible for some project that I still question why I'm the one that was having to do it all. To the staging environment crashing for the side I'm responsible for, to just having an almost never-ending list of random other things piled on to do. It just sucked. Now, of course, there's a major question that would need to be asked. Is this week an outlier? Is it not just a bad week, it'll pass? Or is this actually normal? And I don't know. I haven't known for a long time, and that's annoying. No, I don't think I was handed having to fucking set up a test plan and assign all of that shit and do all the administrative stuff for that project because I'm important and I'm trustworthy. No, somehow it just got laid on me. And there was another ticket, and another ticket, and another ticket, and then tickets came out wouldn't be in the right status. And I know where we want to go. I know where we want to go. But how goddamn long is it gonna take to get there? Because it ain't gonna be 3 months. Not on the verge of a breakthrough. No. We're still gonna have to take care of these projects in a waterfall model where we have to test the whole damn thing. We're still gonna have to pull people's teeth to get what we need. We're still gonna have 8 different things come at us at once. We're still gonna be understaffed. What you're gonna do with all of the other companies' stupid BS for probably easily another year. I get paid handsomely. I got a nice benefits package, all of that. That's nice, but that's never really been my big thing. It's great that my programming degree can afford me a lot of positions where I can have retirement and health insurance and life insurance and paid vacation and all that. That is great. And I get paid very well for it and live a slightly luxurious lifestyle. But at a certain point, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I didn't pick programming and didn't stick with programming because, oh, well, it'll pay me nicely. I chose it and then stuck with it because I loved it. This week was not a programming week. This week, barring the few times I managed to sneak in some debugging of automation, had nothing to do with my degree. Yeah, we're working to make it to where I can actually spend all day automating stuff. And yeah, we're trying to justify having more people. And yeah, it shouldn't be a normal thing that I'm having to just do nothing but manual tasks all the time. I think. See, even if that's not the end goal, it is the end goal of somebody like me being allowed to program pretty much all the time. How long is that going to take? Is it going to be, beginning of next year it somehow works out, or after the next convention in February? Is it going to be a year and a half from now after the convention in August next year? Is it going to be 2 years from now before we can say we've got it done? Are we going to have any major setbacks? Are we going to have some other big, gotta be done projects? They're going to, again, set it back. I can be a little bit more cynical. Is my manager going to yet again decide he's not getting what he needs and then have to spend a bunch of freaking time making all my coworkers run in circles trying to figure out what the hell he actually wants? Again. Every time he needs to rethink how he wants to do it, we have to yet again figure out yet another way. We have to report everything to him again. The optimist in me sees that we have made progress. We are better than we were. But my God, it's not going to be worth it to get to that end goal if I've sold part of my soul to get there. It's not. Again, I'm trying my very best to convince myself that I need to just wait it out. This was probably just a bad week. Again, I worked last Friday night and I worked part of Saturday, so it wasn't normal. And there's just going to be off weeks, all of that. And there's some extra stress because one of my coworkers is leaving. I know. But whatever you want to say it is about me being there 4 years and knowing how it works, or just being hyper analytical, or maybe a touch cynical, or whatever it is, I can see how easy it is for us to fall away from all of that. It's so very easy to have all hell break loose, and for us to have to start something over from scratch, or for us to try to just shoehorn it in again, and for it to yet again be another day where people don't grasp what it is we do or how we operate. And that every time staging and production goes down, it's not automation's fault. So stop asking us. About my manager for a second, it gets under my skin that we've had about the same run schedule for, we'll say, 2 years now. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less. Yet he still doesn't seem to know when we run stuff. I don't like being cynical, which is probably why I'll say that the two more experienced automation engineers, along with myself, we got so many cynical jokes. Those are the jokes that get under my skin. It's like, yeah, I get it. This shit's overpriced. I get it. Yeah, I understand. With you doing nothing but manual testing, I know. I get it. Yeah, the way that Shop.com does stuff is really freaking stupid. Heard it the last 10 times you said it. I'm going to hear the next 100 times you say it. Every time I'm going to be more and more annoyed with you saying it. I am being cynical about them being cynical. I don't know. But the jokes are old. And it makes me concerned that they're not doing their job as well as they should. It makes me concerned that they're going to let something slip through, they're not going to test something right, and then we're going to have to do this whole new process, all because of them, because they didn't do their job right the first time, or they tried to cut a corner. I don't think I could say our programming skills are rotting yet, or necessarily stalling per se. But for all I know, they probably have stalled a little bit. I know my strengths. It's programming. It's solving problems. It isn't reading through tickets to figure out if they're ready or not. It isn't bugging somebody every other day to do something or to give me information that I need. It isn't for the upteenth day in a row having to fix some data that doesn't want to be stable. It's none of that. It's not solving a problem on the framework level that having to do with the fact that somebody didn't pay attention and they did it in their child project. Isn't checking some folder which is full of a bunch of emails because Shop.com doesn't want to stop emailing about every frickin' thing to see if somebody reported something that they probably should by now have some system for that's involved telling a QA engineer, hey, stop what you're doing and write this up. Oh, by the way, just write up that it happened, then investigate it. No. No, if I'm writing up a ticket, it's going to be because it actually happened. Not because somebody reported it and then they made an oopsie and didn't realize it. If I can't recreate it, I'm not going to report it. Of course, I put the reporter's names, everything, whatever. No, I don't want to do that. Because when I was told about this, it's called the ad hoc process for Shop.com. When we were first told about this, when we first had our first sit down about it and learn about what it is and how to do it, then documentation for it, the phrase customer service is thrown around. I don't want to do customer service. I want to program. Market America bought Shop.com in 2010. I believe it was 2011. We're dealing 7 or 8 years since. My dad worked at 2 companies that were bought by other companies. NCR ran into the ground within 5 or 6 years. Last company my dad worked at, probably 5 or so years later, he was laid off. I have no clue how that company Electrical South's doing now, but possibly that company doesn't exist anymore. I'll never fully understand why Market America didn't just buy Shop.com, shutter the operation, and say, all right, well, we're keeping these things and transfer them to our stuff. Because if you're a e-commerce site, Shop.com is a great URL to have. Now, it's possible I could record one of these next week. So I'd be perfectly happy with where I am. Not a care in the world. And my goal of staying for 5 years will seem not that hard at all. Because, well, we'll have this, that, and the other thing going smoothly, and nothing bad happened. Or next week I'll be just as frustrated about everything. Yes, in my fit of rage, I was sitting in some training thing to try to learn how to do the infrastructure of stuff from a guy who is smart but is not one of the better explainers. If I hadn't been so frustrated out of my mind, I'd probably volunteer to be the one to be trying to do the upgrade. And I probably should have. Had one of the chuckleheads trying to do it. Great guy, but a chucklehead. Sitting in that meeting, I did a quick job hunt. Position caught my eye. Haven't applied for it, am even seriously considering it. I'm lightly considering it. And it's just, it seems like I could qualify for it pretty easily. Because times prior when I've said, oh, well, I have reasons to want to stay, those reasons are actually pretty strong. Those reasons don't seem to be as strong anymore. Yeah, the pay is still nice, but I can do a little bit less. I can make do. Now, there might be a catastrophe of helping Chris, but I'm still very hopeful that something will pan out soon. The coworkers, at least some of them just seem to be really getting on my nerves now. And I'm seeing the responsibility that I'm being forced to deal with. I'm not happy with them. To me, spending a lot of my time doing my strong suit, automation still seems like a far way away. And it seems like it's a lot of us just, we have a lot of work to do. So we need more people. It's like, we don't need more automation people. We need more people to do manual tasks. I know that Market America has this idea, well, we'll automate all the tests. But it won't. You can't automate everything. You need people to just do manual testing. So you can leave automated engineers alone long enough to actually automate what we can actually automate and improve our automation to clean it up, to make it more efficient, to actually look into new technologies. I'll never fully buy into this idea of, oh, well, everybody can do a little bit of automation. I'll buy into people being able to write a basic script. I'll buy into somebody being able to run the automation and read it. Okay. But this idea that, oh, everybody's the same. No, they're not. Me and my dad could probably be hired as legit automation engineers. I'd have to learn programming, but he's only got me through school. I'm pretty sure he could learn how to program if he had to. Well, my brother, on the other hand, probably would never be able to write programs. Might be able to write some okay scripts. While somebody like me or my dad would clean it up. But you need people whose full-time job is to keep an eye on all these things. You can't have automation engineers doing both. Every Scrum team needs to have probably at least an automation engineer so it can be automated, and then a manual tester to test stuff. Automation engineer can help with that. Well, I think every Scrum team probably needs 3 testers. One is definitely manual, definitely automation, and one that can go either way. Looking at that job listing, it makes me really want to consider it. It just seems perfect. One moment. Now that also I could get in trouble, potentially. Looking at that job listing, I mean, it's one that doesn't seem like it's too far out of the realm of possibility. I'm very likely to look at it tomorrow at some point and think about it some more. I hesitate to seriously consider it because I don't know if I initially feel like I owe it to my manager anymore. He gave me the opportunity and I've run with it tenfold. I've probably repaid him enough by being a really great employee and being very knowledgeable about the framework and about everything and all of that. I also know, though, that I can't just be replaced tomorrow. I may never be able to be replaced. I'm the last original person that dealt with the framework from its beginnings. In theory, nobody else can understand that framework as well as I do. There's maybe the a-hole who wrote it, but he's not returning ever. So, and the other engineer that started around that time, she may never be able to understand as well as I do either. I still do enjoy the 2 chuckleheads, as I called them earlier. I do get some joy and pride out of my job. But it's the kind of thing of, is this something that, if I were to do it for another 5 years, 10 years, that I would say, yeah, I'm proud that I did that? To a degree, but not really. It can go off as very snobbish, very arrogant, very something. But many things that I keep having to do that have been through with automation, you could probably find somebody off the street to do it as well as me, maybe better. It's the programming that I don't think you can just easily find somebody else for. And then again, you can't replace the fact that I've been there 4 years, and I know the framework, and I know the systems, and I know a lot of stuff. I know the history of the past 4 years, so I understand sometimes very implicitly why something is the way that it is. And I know that my manager is more than willing to work with me. I'm not well, he'll let me go home early or take a day off. He understands it to a degree as well. Maybe better than I give him credit for, but that's still a foreign thing. And I would hate for him to lose, because one guy we're losing is already responsible for infrastructure and APIs and all of that. I don't think I want him to have to lose his franchise expert and framework expert in such short order as well. And we also another guy who just does too much manual testing. Which is tend to be another bit of a chucklehead getting influenced by the others. It's not to say that I don't think that the others can't do a great job without me. But I am. I don't know. I have to think about it more. Because that decision I want to make lightly. It's more of, I don't want to lightly decide to just go get another job. It's something I seriously want to consider. And then when I do, it's like, well, okay, you know, what are some restrictions on that? More so than anything, what's the minimum amount of money I want to be making? Is there certain things I don't want to deal with anymore? E-commerce. If I am going to wait this out, how long do I want to wait? Do I want to wait until after the next convention? Do I want to wait until the end of the year? I got this job listing that I've talked about right here. It sounds like something I really want to consider. I'll be very honest, right now I'm really considering that job offer, a job opening, and applying for it and see what happens. We'll see what I do. So in summary, today probably wasn't the best day. It was very stressful. And another one of those didn't feel like a Friday type of Fridays. It was just exhaustion. This weekend will be good though. It's Mother's Day. So I'm going to go see my parents, celebrate Mother's Day, celebrate my parents' anniversary, which was yesterday. And hopefully I'll have a much happier update to give next time I make one of these. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday night, maybe Monday, who knows. But thank you for listening to all of this, if you listened to this point. And I'll see you next time.